How you feeling, Angel? You good?
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
Oh shit, we're happening live.
Yeah, no, we got a Renaissance man here, which is really funny. Is Bernard? I feel like you popped up one day, and it was just like, oh yeah, this is Bernard, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, nice to meet you. I had like no runway into this at all,
Yeah,
and
I
then
know.
suddenly it's like you come in one day, hey, like here's this fully produced music on Spotify, and I just feel like things happen real quick.
Like,
But yeah, man, cool to have you.
nice to see you guys. I'm very nervous though, to be honest. Like, I really hate to be in front of the camera, but thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be here. Yeah, I don't know about music. I don't even know what I'm
Yeah,
doing,
how
but
that
I'm doing
happened.
something.
It sounded like you, and correct me if I'm wrong, like no prior experience to music, and one day you had an itch here, said, hey, I'm thinking to buy the gear and make music, and then like what, a week or two later?
Like 3 weeks later,
3
I
weeks.
was like, because I get like hyper focused, super, tunnel vision when I really want something, and I got very inspired by all the people, and also like one of my cousins in Costa Rica, he's doing music too, and I was like, man, like I wish I could have done music when I was a kid, but like I never had the equipment, I never had the money, I never had and then I was one day just thinking about it, and I was like, shit, I have some money there in my savings.
Yeah,
I was
dabble.
like, let me just go and see how much everything costs. And then that same day when me and my friend, we went to the store, I just started picking everything and putting it in my hands. And my friend's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm buying all this shit. He's like, no, you're not.
Where you go?
It's in Somerville, somewhere there in Somerville. It was like I don't know how you call it in English, but it's like a store where you buy everything about music, guitars, and everything, right? And then I bought everything that day.
Is this like a similar to how you started tattoos? Was it the same? You got the bug one day and like, hey, I'm just gonna do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that's very funny because it's very very easy how I start. Like one of my friends, they told me like, hey man, why you gonna start tattooing? Like I know you love to paint and draw, and I was like, maybe, like why not, right? And like 3 weeks later too, I don't know, it's about the number 3 is my magic number. So I got some money, and one of my friends, he is a tattoo artist, and I told him like, hey man, I really want a tattoo, like can you support me? And he's like, yeah, I have a machine for you, whatever. So he gave that to me, and that's how I started tattooing, just doing little things on myself first. I started tattooing myself
Tattooed
first.
yourself.
Yeah, so
What was your first tattoo? How do you even approach that?
it was like, I used to skateboarding, and there is a brand called Grizzly Bear. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's like a teddy bear, like a gummy bear, like, very simple. And I did that on my leg, and that was my first tattoo. And I was like, oh shit, this is fun, this is very fun. This is the tattoo.
Damn, so you move.
Fire.
Wow, look at that.
That was my first tattoo.
Respectfully, it does look like a first tattoo because I've seen some of your stuff you have now, and it looks insane, bro.
Thank
Like
you,
I see a
man.
lot of like realism stuff. I see a lot of
Thank
it
you.
really looks like a lot of like fine lines.
Yeah, like, I think I love to do things that are very difficult in life. Like, I love challenges, right? That's one of my favorite things. And I remember, first I started tattooing like very crazy, like traditional and this type of stuff because they were like bold and, a little bit easier, supposedly. But to be honest, doing traditional is not easy. So you have to do it correctly to make it look good. Yeah.
That shit has to be solid. There's
Yeah.
no room for error. Like the line has to be like.
Exactly. And I tried a little bit of everything, but now I love to do like this intricate, super delicate stuff. So that's what I'm doing lately a lot.
Yeah, I saw a lot of like kind of smaller portraits, and I see
What would you
that
call it?
times like a whole sleeve. So it looks like you kind of get all the ranges. What were you about to say, Angel?
What would you call it?
The style that I'm doing, it's I would call it like compositional macrorealism.
Compositional microrealism.
Yeah. I don't know if it's correct, but that's how I call it. I was thinking about it like to put like a different name, but I don't know. My brain, sometimes it's a little bit another stuff like here and there, that I forgot completely. But yeah, I was thinking to put like something because I love sacred geometry too. I love things that are symmetrical and asymmetrical, and I love symbolism and all that. And that's kind of like what I was trying to put in my work, Of course, I love to do big scales of black and gray or color realism. But one of the things that pushed me to do that when I was here in Jersey, when I came to United States, was that there were not a lot of fine line artists. Like a lot of these people were Korean people, right, or people in New York City, and all that. And I was like, maybe this is my chance to learn it properly and be one of a kind type of thing.
It's pretty unique. Like I was even just looking at your Instagram, and I noticed a lot of like, and I don't know if I thought it or if I said it earlier. I do kind of envision you as a Renaissance man, because a lot of even some of the portraits you do, they look like the old statues, like Greek, Roman, and even some of the modern stuff. I saw you had an Ezio from Assassin's Creed. It all looks very detailed.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that, because I get very inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's work or artwork. Like, I love, how you call it in English? Like, yeah, about culture, about like the past of things, what happened, how
Sure.
they were made, and all that.
History?
Yeah, history. That's the word that I was looking for. I love everything about history, and I love statues. I don't know why. It's kind of like catching something or doing something in a statue that represents something is so difficult and for my brain to understand. So, and that's why, one of my favorite styles to do is to do almost everything to look like a statue, even like this grain style or texture, right? Or like these cracks in some areas.
Well, that's a whole other aspect of it, because I know a lot of those old like sculptures, especially like the Da Vinci stuff, you would see like he would have a finger positioned, and you would see whatever is in the arm that reflects my index finger is flexed, but you see it in my forearm.
Yeah.
So it's like really high detail to that level, and I'm seeing that a bit.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is I always hear a lot of people saying that fine line is not gonna last, it's not good, and do a lot of details and do here and that. And I'm like, man, listen, so for every style there is an artist, right? So for everything there is a way to how to do it. And I don't like to fight with other people that say like, fine line is not.
But how do you feel? How do you feel when a tattoo artist or a whole bunch of tattoo artists say that fine line do not last? Like,
First of all, I had that question very often.
is it gonna last?
Yeah. I used to try to defend myself and be like, you don't know shit. You start trying to tell them, like you are wrong. But then I was like, yeah. And what is it like? People are paying for that. They love it. They like it. That's it. But then I realized there are a lot of tricks in how to do properly fine line. There are a lot of secrets to it that a lot of artists and very good artists that does this style, they don't tell anybody. But you want me to tell you something?
Sure.
Tell us something.
Yeah.
It's like a secret.
My anxiety is killing me, man.
I'm under my seat over here.
So to do like this fine line to make it last good, like, one of the very important things is to do it with 80 or 90% black. Never with the real deep black where you buy.
So it doesn't bleed out, right?
Yeah, exactly. So because if you do it a little bit like in a dark gray wash or something, it doesn't bleed out a lot. It's just gonna be a little bit pale with the time, but then you can retouch it again and it looks good again. And that's what those are my experiences when I came to the United States. I started experimenting with a lot of different inks, with a lot of techniques. I used to do also fine line with gray colors instead of black and stuff like that. And some of them, they are pretty decent, but then I realized there are many techniques. Also the needles, the machine, the strokes,
Yeah.
all that plays a super.
How
big
do you
role.
run it?
So I love to use like a very versatile machine, like a
Okay.
3.5, and I love to run it like between 6.5 to 7.5 for a fine line, depending like because I use a lot of in my tattoos like the one liner.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I use it on the lowest voltage.
Yeah.
Probably like a 5.5, 5.
That shit cuts if you don't know how to use it. Right.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like you can cut the skin very easily with a one liner. That's the problem.
Yeah, this is all stuff for me. It's interesting to hear you guys talk about because I would have no idea.
So like when you have a single needle, right? Just when you have 3 round liner, picture like 3 needles put together.
Yep.
Whole, I mean skin, right? So it goes in it and it goes out, right? But it has 3 needles, so like it opens and it closes. When it has one single needle, and let's say you run it too fast, that single needle becomes like a blade.
Yes.
So it punches really fast, and since it's so thin, it's just gonna slice through it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Depending also on the part of the skin where you're tattooing, it cuts it like very easily sometimes. Yeah.
So, and just to pivot a little bit, I heard you've mentioned you got to be a little crazy to do color work because I know there's a lot of intricacies with it, and I
Yeah.
noticed that you'll do a lot of what we're talking about right now, the traditional black and white stuff, but you do put a little splash of color. I see you use a lot of white, bit of red, and I think that's interesting because I know a lot of people will say white doesn't last necessarily either.
Man, people don't know what they're talking about.
So, well, you know what is crazy? Like, colors has been like, how can I say, like the way they were made, they are changing. you know?
Yeah.
Now, like, I have the feeling like colors are much better than back in the day. Why didn't used to last a lot? Now I have the feeling there are some brands. I'm not gonna talk about brands, but there are some brands that are very good, and the white stays in the skin very well.
One of
Depends
my
on-
favorite brands is Starbright for white.
Yeah, you're right.
Like-
That's probably one of the best, to be honest. That is one of the best that I've
Yeah.
tried. I've tried also like Allegory White.
Allegory white.
It's very good too.
I heard good
Yeah.
things about Allegory.
Yeah, it's it's one of the things of tattooing, experimenting, and really making your own
Analysis?
analysis. Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah, because I like the way the white ink looks a lot. I do think it adds a lot of depth. The way you use it's really cool because I notice it's very fine in between some of the lines.
Yeah.
So it gives some depth.
Exactly. I like, when I do, especially microrealism. So I think it's so important to add some kind of like imaginary lining coming from behind, so that when you have like the tattoo here in these parts, you put like a white line between the black one. So it gives like this feeling of the tattoo. It doesn't look too flat, you know, like there is
that.
exactly. Keep like more like this 3D effect to it. So I don't know. I think it's something that one time I was just thinking about it and I did it and I was like, oh shit, it looks a little bit different, you know, like.
So how did you end up linking up with these guys here? Because I mentioned the first thing is this happened so fast. Like usually there's a little bit of like, oh yeah, this guy's guest spotting,
Right.
or we know such and such from here.
Ah man, I still every time I think about it, I guess get goosebumps. You know, I don't know. One time, I came here so just to say hi and try to see how everything is and ask for a guest spot or something. And give me a second.
That was okay.
Give me a second. I was thinking about it. I don't want to talk about my ex. It's good.
Don't worry about
Skip.
it. So don't worry. We got a little cut in here.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about those. You know?
So listen, yeah, I came here just with the idea of, try to connect with new people, try to meet new people because, I've been in Jersey tattooing a couple of shops and stuff, and they're all about the same, like very in their own world, and I don't see a lot of like, ¿cómo se dice? Like teaming, like people who love to make
Working
a team,
together,
working together.
collaborating,
Family
be in the
and
same
shit.
space.
Like
Yeah.
exactly, and since I came here, like the first thing that I felt was that like the guys coming in the front, like, "Hey man, how are you?" Like super friendly. I'm like, "Whoa, this is not normal." I was like, I'm used to people that are like very cold and very like,
They just side eye you, bro. Like the moment you
Right.
enter the shop, they just like,
yeah, like what you want.
are you here to take my money? Are you here to take my food?
right.
I hope those people know that we leave no crumb on the table. No crumbs on the table.
That's how I came, and then I connected with them. So and then one time I guess we started just talking more on the phone and messages, and they invited me, and I was like, I'm super happy to be part of this. I really love it here. So and I don't know now, like everything is just
happening.
You know, and it's a dream that it's coming true. Maybe I really visualized it so much, and I really manifested when I was here the first time. I remember me talking, fuck, to myself, you know, talking to myself and being like, "Hey, man, that's exactly what you want." So when I think about a tattoo shop, this is exactly what I mean. You know, like a family working together for their dreams and for what they love and what they feel. And that's how I felt here. So like a beautiful family.
It sounds like you're just aligned to it, and your personality is like that too, man. And I could tell. I think today you got Matt all excited because of the song. Where he's like, "Wow, you said you're gonna do this 3 weeks ago, and then you did it." He's legitimately gassed.
Yeah, bro. Listen,
How do you feel about the song? Like we all know how we all feel about the song. We love it. How do you feel about the song?
listen. Like, I started doing music because I was feeling a little bit like alone type of thing, you know. And I was like, let me do music. So let me try to do music. But I'm a very perfectionist person. When I'm doing something, I really want to do it right on point, you know, like right in the middle, like a bullet.
How many videos you had to watch? How many hours you could?
Bro, I will say like I watch over 20 videos, and probably a lot of them were like over an hour.
Jesus.
So,
Wow.
like 40 minutes to an hour. It was like a lot of videos on YouTube, like and how to use FL Studio, how to, you know, produce your own music, how to make your own beats, how to like create music from scratch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I started, you know, doing all that, and yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy because you are a prime example of like knowledge and leading to action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but like,
It checks out.
Bro.
Like there's situations that you could tie this to and say, "Yep."
I never met anybody, and 3 weeks later, they will be like, "Yo, bro, here's my song is already on Spotify."
And it sounds good. It sounds great.
man,
It's-
I really
it's
appreciate
insane.
it, man. You're my,
It's insane,
this is-
bro.
this
Like
is
people
so
lack
sweet.
consistency sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you made it happen.
Well, you know, I got also very inspired by all the people too, and I remember me doing all this. You know, I was like working 3 weeks straight in this song. You know, every single day from work at night.
How many hours would you say you work a day?
dude? When I was not working, probably like 8.
A
It
full
was like
day.
almost, yeah, full
A
day,
full
like,
day.
yeah, probably more than that. And others day when I was working, and then I came from work to my house. The first thing I did is like, you know, gotta eat something, take a shower, sit down, put my headphones on, start again, you know. And probably I did this song like 9 times.
Damn.
Yeah. Like
That's the secrets
yeah.
of the artist. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? 9 times for you to like it. You like it or you kind of like it?
You know, I start getting used to my voice because it's very natural that you compare your voice with someone else, or like this super very professional produced music, and when you record yourself, you are like, you know, like, you're like, what the hell is this voice? Like, this is the, you know, type of thing.
You're trying out things, right? You're like,
Yeah, and then I needed to learn everything about that. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
how
yeah.
to speak to the microphone, how to sing to the microphone, like the frequencies, the input, the output, and all that. I remember like the first 7 times, like
Shit.
that sounds like shit, like very bad, man. And then I watch more
videos.
videos and stuff, and then I start like playing with it and everything. I'm like, okay. And then I record again because I kind of like calibrate everything better. So, and I remember I used to sing like very close, like to the microphone, and that was not good.
That wasn't good?
No, that wasn't. Depending of like the parts you're doing, if you're doing like a very soft part, of course you're gonna go close. But if you start singing normal, like with this type of like voice range and a little bit louder, what here my homie said, like one hand, like
Yeah.
No did it.
you know,
I don't want people
Well,
to
yeah,
think.
it's like an ear. You know what I mean? If you're whispering the sound, you get close. But the second you're gonna
hear it, right?
your
Difference.
eardrum's gonna react just like the Michael peak. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Then I learned all that, and about this song, it's mostly it's a very personal, you know. I started doing this type of music before I started doing music because I love metal, I love hardcore, I love the, you know, rock and all this type of stuff. But I was like, what would be like the music that really more like, you know, I can relate the most, right? And I started doing my researches and everything, and then my type of voice is very like R&B type style, and I love to experiment. Always, I'm experimenting. So, and then when I did this one, yeah, it's more about like it's called Ashes of Yesterday, by the way.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, it's
We could link it in the description
The
for
Ashes
YouTube
of
too.
Yes,
just
yeah,
'cause,
his Spotify
that'd be cool.
link
Yeah,
and shit.
we could
That would
definitely
be
do
very
that.
nice.
Hell
man.
We'll
yeah.
definitely do that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you know, when I did it, I was thinking about more of all what happened in the past. You know, all that really helped me to be the person that I am today, you know. And that every single like step, fall and mistake and everything that I did makes me the person that I am right now. And you know, it's crazy, you know. This song is very personal, I will say. And as I said, I don't even know exactly what I'm doing. I still experimenting. Still like just mixing stuff and making new things.
That sounds healthy to me. Remember, or no, you weren't here for the Adrian podcast, but
No.
there was a moment we mentioned basically like creative hygiene, where it's like you will engage with other creative outlets to keep you fresh and ready for your main,
Motivated,
in this
yeah.
case, your main outlet, which would be tattoos, because you're able to kind of get some of that flow. Like you're at work with tattoos, but the
Yeah.
second you get home and you tap into that same level of creativity, I think that's a healthy thing.
Yeah, it's very healthy to
Is
be
it a
honest.
healthy thing?
I think so because you know, I love to be on my computer doing stuff and learning stuff and like researching stuff, and I don't know, I'm like a sponge. I'm always absorbing and trying to learn from you, from him, from everyone around me, and try to see what is interesting for my brain, right? I'm very addictive. I have a very addictive personality. When I like something, I want to know it as good as possible, and I want to learn it as good as possible. And you know, when you're tattooing, you are 8 hours straight looking on the skin, looking down and stuff, and like just hyper focusing. Sometimes doing like side projects will help you to improve your other projects too, because your brain is not getting bored of just doing the same thing all over and over again. Kind of like I don't get bored tattooing, but sometimes it's just like so
Repetitive.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
very
it's a
repetitive.
process, yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, I think side projects and stuff like that, especially with music, you can be so creative. And these days, like, you have so many tools and internet and all this, like, to create, to get inspired from, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason I think it is so healthy is we have a great example even with Oscar, been at it for over 30 years, and the guy's always doing something.
That man is inspiring. Like, he has so much information, experience. Like, every time I talk to him, it's like, yo, I'm so grateful I'm talking to you, you know, like, you're giving such a beautiful advices, beautiful, sí, consejos, ¿cómo se dice consejos?
Yeah, advices.
Advices, right, and stuff like that, where I'm like, that's beautiful to hear, you know, you're right, like, I'm very excited, probably.
Well, because
We're
the
gonna do
thing
this
is,
together.
Oscar's putting together beats. I was saying I'm waiting for that collab eventually.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, let's get it.
You know, everything is
That'd be
possible.
fucking fire.
Yes, sir.
Freaking. So, I mean, I was asking you that because, like, what happens when your demand in the music world? I mean, it comes out like people start like wanting more of your music than more of your tattoos. You thought about that possibility, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it becomes part of the experience. That's a
Ex-
pretty unique
That's one of,
offering.
one of the things when I was thinking about doing music is like very often I try to put music in my pictures of my tattoos and stuff. And I was thinking like, fuck, like, can you imagine putting your own music in your own tattoos? And I was like, shit, that shit could be fire, right?
Like, yes.
And then, you know, I don't know, a couple of months later, you know, we're here doing my first song, probably almost with the second one. Yesterday, I was also locked in like 9 hours.
That's fire. 9 hours locked in on a Sunday. This is how shit
yeah,
gets done.
Yeah, 9 hours, and it's almost done, you know, and, you know, but it got faster because everything that I learned in the last 4 weeks,
Sure.
and then now like I applying the same, experience and all that to the new song.
Yeah, you're learning.
And I'm learning about it. Yeah, I'm very very excited, man. This is crazy. I don't even know how I'm doing this, but I'm doing it.
Obviously, you would pick singing or tattooing over singing.
I guess it's a very hard question because I will always first of all pick tattooing because it's what I really love.
Yeah.
But who knows? I still a lot to learn about singing. Who knows that in the future?
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a very successful, artist or singer, whatever you.
How long you been tattooing for, if you don't mind me asking?
Professionally, 3 years. No,
3
almost 4.
4.
This year, almost 4. In November, though, 27 November, I'm gonna be 4 years.
And before that,
The thing is, like, when I was in Germany, I was tattooing mostly like my friends, little things here and there, not that professionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I came to the United States with that
mentality.
of like I want to be a professional tattoo artist, and then I got the opportunity in a tattoo shop here in Jersey, and I learned a lot from them, and then I went to others and started looking for a good tattoo shop, and I met so many good people, so many nice artists and so many nice like bosses or like shop owners and stuff.
So you haven't been a tattoo artist your whole life?
Probably I started like 9 years ago.
9 years.
Oh, wow.
My first tattoo
Wow.
was like 9 years ago, or 10 years ago almost. Yeah, when I was 20. And then I started doing more like, well, I would say because I really stopped tattooing. I remember I started like with 19 or 20, right? Just doing little things here and there, myself, a couple of friends. I stopped. Then like 3 years later, I start again. And again, just little things here and there. And then I stopped completely. And then 1 year before I came to United States, I remember me tattooing a little bit again, one of my friends, and trying to make some extra money to buy my fly or ticket, to Germany. And then this is how the whole
And then
adventure
you're here.
started. Yeah, and then I'm here, man. Like,
What made it really stick? What was finally the straw that said, "Hey, I really like this. I'm gonna keep doing it."
you mean about tattooing?
Yeah.
I love people's reaction when they get a piece of art or a tattoo that they always wanted, And then I love people's reaction a lot. I love when people are like, shit, that thing is good, man. I love it. Or stuff like, one of my favorite things is when people say like, it really, ¿cómo se dice? Superó las expectativas. Like,
It surpassed their
Yeah,
expectations.
got it.
yeah, people pass their expectations and stuff like that. And that makes me very happy, I love to see.
You like connecting.
Yeah, I really love to see people happy because of
I had an earlier conversation with what should I call you?
Bernie's good.
Bernie,
Bernard,
JB,
Bernie.
Soul.
Yeah, I saw a couple aliases. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dead name anyone.
If
but
I
we-
tell you how many nicknames,
Because I have mad nicknames. So I know we all do. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. I don't know why, but I'm that kind of person that people is like, oh, I'm gonna call you Pájaro Loco or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. All right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever you want to call me, bro. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh
Yeah,
man.
So I'm just thinking about your trail. So at a certain point, you must have gotten good enough over doing tattoos, not doing them, doing them, not doing them, where you do one so well where you do get that reaction you like. I guess I'm just kind of curious how long you think it took you to get like good.
That's a good question, man. I guess when I came to the United States, I started feeling okay tattooing, I was not comparing with nobody. I was, pretty much just doing, And I remember like after 2 years of being in the United States already tattooing, I would say professional, in a tattoo shop. It clicked for me, I was like, damn, I guess I really want to keep doing more realism and more like intricate stuff and more macro realism and maybe combine some geometry. And that's where it starts like this thought about like I want to create something new. And then I start pushing my limits, and since that day, I've been just challenging myself every time and trying to put not limits. And what I want to create when I want to do a tattoo design.
Now, what's your outlook in the industry right now? Do you love the industry? Do you hate the industry? Do you not like where it's going? Do you love where it's going?
You know what is crazy? I truly, I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
you just here for the vibes.
Yeah, like, you know what is crazy?
Fair
Like
answer.
it sounds very funny, but I'm just doing.
You just doing it, right?
I'm just
like that.
tattooing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yo, the tattoo
just
guys
doing
will
it, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I think that's real of any sort of thing.
Something-
You do what you're supposed to do, it'll work out.
Something always comes through.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I
Something
guess
always comes
you know,
through.
just keeping your mind busy and positive of what you do, and keeping consistency, and try to keep yourself motivated and all that. It's gonna bring you like all these clients that does these nice tattoos.
I mean, you have to vibrate too at that level, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I see a lot of people that are very low, very pessimistic, and all the shit that they attract
Yep.
is low, pessimistic shit.
You gotta be in that flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that flows.
That's what I was gonna say. Me and Bernie were talking about vibration and low energy people.
Yeah.
And
100%.
like, you know, you are what you surround yourself with. You know what I mean? So like, if you enter a shop of like really, really talented artists, because you know you cannot take talent away from anybody,
Right.
but their energy is low, your energy is going down too. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's
It's
true.
nothing but logical. And if you surround yourself with high energy people, trust me, I work with a lot of people that tell me that I'm too much. Oh, you're doing too much. Relax. And that's how I know I'm in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like, all right.
100%.
I'm doing too much, baby. You're not doing anything.
Right. Maybe you're doing too little.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, finding yourself with like-minded people, bro. I feel like it's a gift
It is a gift.
because
It's really a gift.
most of America go to work to a job that they hate with people that they hate. You know what I mean? So I feel like when we find people like, you know, Bernie, you, everybody here has a great energy, and I feel like it's being handpicked for a reason.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that stuff attracts to itself.
yeah.
For sure.
Positive minds, man.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons I'm here. I guess it's because, and I don't mind to tell the people and everyone in the world that I'm a very hypersensitive person. I really feel a lot, and I can tell you. You know what is crazy? I always tell people, you can feel and notice when someone likes you, but you can feel and notice faster, quicker, and stronger when someone doesn't like you or something is wrong.
Yep.
At least me, I really can feel it. Just with one blick, I can already see something is wrong. And I already thought to myself,
I given a curse, right?
what?
Es un regalo y un curse.
Sí, exacto. That is a gift and a curse at the same time. You need to learn how to handle it, know, because I have, ¿cómo se dice? I left, I just step away from so many people just because one day I felt a bad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It probably was sometimes just a wrong interpretation of my protection mechanism. And then I was just like, I'm gone, I don't want to be there. And then they were like, yo, what is going on? Why you don't text me? What is, I'm like, bro, I don't know. I've been like very busy and stuff. So I've been like, I don't know. I've been just very busy. I don't
You
want
gotta
to be
protect
there.
your energy
But that's the thing.
at all the times.
Yep,
Yeah, you
that's-
got to go where you feel kind of like where you feel called or guided to. I think that too. Just sometimes you just got to remove yourself or insert yourself somewhere else, depending on if it's, you're able to grow with it.
yeah,
I mean,
cool.
100%.
align your purpose with your actions.
Oh, yeah.
Simple.
You know what I mean? As
Simple
simple as
form.
that.
Yep.
It's magic. I call it magic.
I agree. Modern day magic. I think
Yeah.
it works a lot
Modern
with,
day
with, with the energies and stuff like that. That's why I think staying creative, even just outside of your main work, is important. All that, but
Right.
dudes, I think we're close to time at this point. I don't know any other final notes or comments, anything like that. That's always the worst question to ask, because what's
Who's
the
ready?
answer to that?
Who's ready?
Anyways, you
Yeah,
know what I
who's
mean?
ready
I just
to
never
cut it
know
off
how
and
to.
shit,
Yeah, I know, because it's a great. Like, I would talk all day. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like,
I
truly.
think, I'm just very excited. I want to say that I'm very excited what it's coming in the future. And it's crazy because I really don't think too much about the future. I'm pretty much like very in the present and sometimes in the past. But every time I am in the past, it's just to remember things that I don't have to do again to create a better future.
Yeah.
So, but since I came here, I just imagine or predict a very beautiful future since I came to Soul Kraft Ink. Shout out to all the family here. I really fucking love it, man.
Thank you, Bernie, for
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Bernie. Finework. What's it? Fineworks Tattoos.
Finework
That-
_ tattoos. Yeah.
That'll also be linked in description. But other than that, man, looking forward to even just like getting
Thank
to
you
know
so
you
much
more.
for having
Yeah,
me. As
man.
I said, I'm just very happy.
Bro,
man.
thank you for doing this because like you said, you were all over the place with the camera and stuff like that.
Mm.
Being in front of the camera is one of the hardest things that anybody can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like this little step is showing not just artists but like clients and people out there
Right.
that it's okay for people to see your personality. You know what I mean? Like
Thank
it's
you, man.
okay for people to like know the artist before they get the art. You know, like I always been pushing that in the tattoo industry. Like
Right.
anybody could be tattooing because because you've seen 10 videos of mine, you feel you know me better.
Mm.
So I feel like, you know, you making that step and right here with us is really
This is
really
amazing.
nice.
As I said, it's just such an incredible project. Like I never thought I'm gonna be in a podcast, you know, talking about my life and stuff like that. This is amazing. This is very
and
good.
this is one of many.
Yeah, so yeah, this
This
is
is one of many
Yeah, so
because this is your
uh,
introduction. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
shit!
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when
No,
that first EP officially drops, we'll get you on another one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man! I'm so super happy again. I don't know how to say thank you so many times. I'm very grateful for all of you and also supporting and being so nice and kind people.
Yeah, bro, it's likewise for real. I mean, sometimes it is nerve wracking being here. That was the first thing you said to me when we had our podcast.
Yeah, I was like, I'm off the. It might not look like it, but I'm off the walls right now. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
Nah, you guys handle it great. I would never, if you didn't tell me, I would never know. You know, so just keep
Right.
that in mind too. Perception versus what you're thinking. Duck on the water, feet are going crazy, but he's just sitting there.
Duck on the water. Yeah, I love that.
But, all right, man. Cool.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me again. I love this. It's like
Yeah. All the signals. Yeah.